started as an organised sport in England in the middle of the 19th century. So it's been around for a while. It spread around the world, I guess, in the first wave of what would be called multinationalism. That is, at the beginning of the 20th century, as England began to trade with countries all over the world, and there was such a thing as the British Empire. Wherever British workers went, they seemed to bring soccer with them. And then as the British Empire kind of shrank, the soccer in those countries where it had began took on a life of its own. Countries all over the world began to develop their own soccer.
How would you say the sport has evolved over this time?
One of the interesting things about soccer, I think, is that the rules are fairly simple. And the rules have largely stayed the same since the very beginning. And that's one of the reasons why I think soccer is popular and played all over the world. It's a sport that's popular in poor countries too. They're some of the strongest countries in international soccer, countries like Brazil, some of the countries in Africa, where soccer is the poor man's sport, because all you need is that ball to kick it around and improve your skills and learn how to play the game.
Who would be on your all-time all-star soccer team?
George Best. A player from Northern Ireland who played for Manchester United in England during the 1960s and into the early 1970s. A tragic figure in many ways, probably the most gifted player of his generation. A man with great ball skills, a great athlete, but also a very smart man, sort of fleet of foot and swift of mind, but unfortunately an addict, an alcoholic who died, well before his time. Diego Maradona, one of the great eccentrics who played for Argentina and is indeed the manager of Argentina at this World Cup this year, a scorer of one of the most famous goals, the Hand of God goal, in which he actually guided the ball into the net with his hand, and he later admitted that. It's known as the Hand of God goal. So he was a truly great player, but a very eccentric player. Pelé, of course, probably the most famous in the world, the legendary Brazil player, who was a star when he was 16, 17 years old and played well into his 30s. Probably internationally, he's probably considered the top player of all time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bertemu kita dengan Farhan, iaitu housemate yang sangat disayangi dan dikenali ramai. Okey, Muhammad Farhan, saya ingin tanya anda, macam soalan apa pula. Okey. Adakah anda meminati bola sepak?
Ya, saya meminati bola sepak.
Okey, apa sebabnya?
Antara sebab yang saya suka bola sepak adalah dia adalah satu permainan yang memerlukan kerjasama antara satu pasukan. Dan perlu ada chemistry antara pemain dan pemain, dan kita perlu ikut arahan ketua pasukan.
Okey. Assalamualaikum Cuk.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okey, kehadiran saya di sini untuk menanyakan anda, meramahkan anda mengenai bola sepak. Okey Cuk, adakah anda meminati bola sepak?
Ya, saya meminati bola sepak.
Okey. Okey Cuk, saya nak tanya soalan pada anda yang boleh katakan ramai media tahu. Okey, adakah kejayaan bola sepak ni boleh menguntungkan diri ataupun masyarakat lain? Okey,
Bola sepak dengan kerjaya rasanya pada zaman globalisasi ni dah tak boleh dipisahkan. Contohnya ramai player Malaysia yang dah boleh dapat gaji setahun 1 juta dengan bermain bola sepak. Jadi tak disangka lagi lah bola sepak boleh jadikan kerjaya.
Okey Ucup. Okey Ucup Daniel, siapakah pemain kegemaran anda dan pasukan kegemaran anda?
Pasukan kegemaran saya ialah Arsenal. Pemain kegemaran saya Mesut Ozil.
Oh, hebat kau. Okey Ucup, kita ke pengakhiran. Apa konklusi dan moral value yang anda boleh dapat daripada bola sepak ni?
Moral value ni yang paling penting dalam pasukan ialah saling menghormati di antara satu sama lain. Jadi setiap main bola tu harus menghormati. Tak kisahlah ada power ke, gaji dia lagi mahal ke. Jadi dia main ada sportsmanship.
Okey Ustaz, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Put your flags up in the sky, put 'em in the sky. And wave 'em side to